Kamala Harris raised $1 billion, right? And she's about what, 20 million in debt now. And that's a problem. And they're saying the DNC staffers are quitting allegedly, and they're not happy with what's happening because she raised $1 billion and she's negative 20 million. That says a lot. That's a big problem for her. They're saying allegedly she spent 1 million, paid Oprah 1 million for that interview. They're saying allegedly. People are allegedly saying anywhere she paid Beyonce anywhere between 7 to 10 million for her. What she did on the stage looks like she paid everybody for them to appear and look and support her campaign, and she overspent. That doesn't seem like, she knows how to manage money in a way that would be necessary if she was to become president. And she spent all that and still lost, which was crazy to me. None of it really mattered. All of that money and still lost. But they're saying Democrats are trying to get her to get Joe Biden to make her president for at this juncture, I guess, so she could say that she was president at least for a short period of time. I don't know, child. The whole thing is a hot mess if you ask me. But yeah, she spent all this money for all these endorsements and still lost. But it speaks to more of what people really care about. It seems that the majority of the people who voted did not care about all of that. They didn't care about Beyonce and Cardi and Meg Thee Stallion and Glorilla and all these people out here shaking and twerking and speaking on her behalf, barely speaking on her behalf. The people are concerned about things that are much more important. So that's what it shows. They voted, and this is how they voted. So the majority wins. Both conventions are a waste of taxpayers' dollars. I agree. I actually agree. But at least when you look at Donald, the Republican side, he has a surplus. She raised $1 billion. She spent all this in 90 days? She spent that money up. She spent that money real quick. And they're saying he has a surplus. He still has, she raised way more than he did. And he was able to, raise a lot of money and still have money left over. So take what you want with that and use it the way you will. Quick 504 says the only groups that follow the Democrats now are feminists, LGBTQ, welfare queens, and vote blue, no matter who, elderly people. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like. Divine Photo says celebrities can't relate to average working folks. I mean, say that 1,000 times. Say that. They don't have to worry about the cost of milk and the cost of eggs. They're rich. This is why I don't understand why people gravitate to people who are millionaires. People who don't have to worry about the cost of food and their mortgages going up and their taxes going up and just having to worry to the point to where it makes a difference in your everyday livelihood. They don't have to worry about that. And I don't understand how you expect the American people, which the majority of us are not rich, we have to be concerned about the money that's coming into our pockets. So this is what's mind-boggling to me. People will vote on identity politics and not understand that does not work in your favor when it comes to the economy and things of that nature. So once again, vote how you want to vote, but I respect whatever anybody chooses to do, but don't try to shame other people. That's all I'm saying. If they're looking at the economy, they're looking at everybody's complaining about inflation, everybody's complaining about the economy, everybody's complaining about what's going on, but then you have a candidate who's focused on deleting babies, right? That was what she ran on. Reproductive rights, and that's pretty much it, but doesn't address the real things that are happening in our everyday lives. It's insane to me, and this is why the majority of people voted the way they voted, because they're worried about how they're going to make it day to day, how their dollar is going to stretch further. You know what I'm saying? And then to minimize, which I've seen on some of these news networks, they're minimizing the effects or the thought that people are actually concerned about the cost of eggs and the cost of things and how they're making it. You have people out here saying they're working 2 and 3 jobs and can't afford just to be comfortable. They can't do it. And while some can argue, oh, just because Donald Trump is in there, that's not going to make all this change. And I would give you that. I would agree to that it's not going to drastically change your livelihood. But if that candidate is speaking more to your needs and looking to try to at least acknowledging that those are real issues and there's something that needs to be done, which one do you go for? Do you go for one who could really care less about that and has proven in that administration to have not done anything to better the situation? Are you just supposed to say, okay, let's just put a woman in there just because? Like, nah, I am not against a woman being president. I'm not, to be honest with you. I am not. But at least you got to have the right one in there. You got to have it's just not any woman. You got to have the right one in there. If that's what you want, you got to offer more is what I'm saying. All of this is a competition about selling who's the best for the job. And if you don't do a good job with selling you, then the people are not going to vote for you. That's all that is. Everybody can clearly see she did not do a good job at selling her points across, and the people saw right through it. We got to do better. Think for yourself. The worst thing you can do is be a follower. Use your own mind. Think the way you want to think. I welcome other people's perspectives. I'm going to tell you right straight up if I don't agree or if I do, but I will let you have your say because I think it's important. And I think that's the problem. We've never, people don't allow folks to have their opinions without you shutting them down because you don't agree. I don't agree with that. I think it's important to allow people to have their say. I could vehemently disagree with you. I could straight up be like, nah, I don't agree with that. This is what I believe and what I think, and I'm going to tell you. But at the end of the day, we can go back and forward. But at the end of the day, if that's what you believe, don't let nobody sway your beliefs, because if it's that easy for people to just come in and tell you something and sway you and make you change your mind, then how strong of a person are you? No, if you really believe something, stick to what you believe. Own that. Say it with your chest and own it. And don't let nobody sway you away from what you believe. I don't care who you are. This Democrat Republican stuff is a bunch of BS anyway. There are some Democrats that relate more to Republicans, because at the end of the day, it's not about Democrat Republican. It's just about your views. There are some politicians who are Republican on paper, but their views are not, don't align with the Republican values. There are people who are Democrat on paper, but share more Republican mindsets of what you would think a Republican would, their views on, so it's just a mixture up. That's why I don't get too bent out of shape on any of that, because I know better, and I just wish the people would learn better. Like, come on, y'all don't get hung up on this stuff. Focus on your life, do what you need to build your life up and get your life to a better point. And these people, I can't believe these ladies are crashing the hell out. I can't, crying and confused. You was already probably crashing out before this happened. And this was just the icing on the goddamn cake. I'm just saying, this just made your crash out even worse, because you was already stressed and crashing out and broke and struggling. And this just made you reaffirm that you were still broke and crashing out. And so that's what it really is, if they're going to be honest. Quick 504 says, it's funny how big the Beehive, Swifties, K-Hive, Alphabet Gang, A and B list celebrities and deplorable thought rappers to lose in a landslide. Yeah, quick 504, I was like, out of all the people y'all could invite to speak on your behalf, this is who you pull out? To me, all of that was part of the reason why she lost. Y'all really think people respect Glorilla, Cardi B, and all the thottish rappers out here? This is what we supposed to look up to? I like, God, I'm 40-something years old. There's no way in the goddamn world that any of them people would sway my vote, sway my opinions, and make me change my mind. Baby, you're going to have to do better than that. You're going to have to do better than that. What the hell? This is why I say they think we're stupid. They think we're just a bunch of uneducated fools. And a lot of us fall right into the hands of what they already think of you. Where are all these college educated women who know how to speak and know what they're talking about? Why you didn't get them? That would make people listen. That would give you, give me something to go on. Give me something to go on. Thank you for the super chat. Quick 504. I appreciate you. Give me something to go on. Give me something that might change my mind. Make me think a little bit harder. Make me say, well, okay, you got something going on here. Nah, it was nothing. It actually deterred more people away from it with that, because you clearly see this is pandering.